And welcome back everyone to the final episode of the Metal Gear Rising Revengence playthrough. For this final episode, basically it's going to be a showdown between our good friend Raiden and Super Senator Armstrong over there. Now for this section of the level, you're probably wondering, hey Alfred Battler, why aren't you going up against this guy again? Well, you see, if I make contact with him, I'm pretty sure I said this last part, but if I make contact with him again, he will properly wreck my face. The one thing I've had the issue with this level is the fact that, one, I don't have my sword. Well, not having a sword isn't exactly a problem. I can't hit him anyway, so I'm not going to bother hitting him. You basically have your own little CQC moveset during this mode, where since you don't have your sword, you have to resort to your punches and kicks. Every time I play this mode, or this part of the boss, it always makes me slightly disappointed that I guess Konami didn't put a swordless mode in the game, as like an unlockable or something. Because playing, like, without your sword, just hand-to-hand combat, seems like pretty fun. And if they fleshed it out a bit, have it give Raiden some fancy gloves or something, I think it would be a pretty neat mode to play as. Think of it like a slightly harder, because you know the wooden sword, yes? The wooden sword that if you upgrade it, you can upgrade it so it does less damage. Just have like a step below that and have no sword at all. And have all your cuts just be like slices of your hand. So I kind of wish there was a mode. I don't know if there's a mod for that. I should probably look up on mod for that, because that seems pretty fun. Though I would imagine some section of the game you couldn't really play, as you require cutting. Unless there's like a custom animation for that, but I don't think there would be. But other than my little rant there, this is just basically more of the same. Where you just keep on dodging, make sure you don't get hit, because if you get hit, you will get properly wrecked. And that's about it, really. There's nothing else to say about this section of the boss. Just keep on dodging, make sure you're always locked onto him, and always remember, utilize the dodge. Also, if you get to this part, make sure, if possible, you have as many extra health packs on you. Because as you just saw, basically you took a lot of hits. But after a certain amount of time, he does a crazy-ass shockwave, knocks Raiden flat on his ass. But you know what? I think we're done here. I think the time for running is over. Time to go on the offensive. Okay, we always need offense hard. Obviously need to offense harder. I love this section of the boss because basically if you don't press anything, Raiden will continuously just keep punching him but at a slower pace. And it looks hilarious. Just see Raiden going from like high speed punching to like, it's just not working. Why don't my punches work? Then just rapidly start punching him again. Just hilarious. You want to have another go, bro? Fine. Here's some more punches. And a slightly more hilarious angle. I love the slow punching in this section. To my knowledge, you can't exactly fail this. It's just you keep rapidly punching. You can't really get hit or die or suffer any consequences at this part of the game. Or at least this button mashing section. So just have some fun with it, really. One final one for good measure! And nothing happened. Shit. This could be an issue.
Why won't you die?
Oh god, he's stripped!
Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack.
What did he just say?
What did I just say?
That's what I said!
Time to end this.
Raiden has officially been mounted! What is this nonsense? Raiden should be dead after all this. Raiden should be dead in all honesty after that explosion. Game over? Nope, we're still alive. We're good. We're good. Just walk it off, Raiden. We're good.
All right. I think we're about done here.
Raiden.
Whoa.
Begin playback.
2 years I've been working towards this. And on the last day, Blondie has me doubting the whole thing. We'll leave it up to fate then, shall we, Wolfie? A duel to the death. May the best man win.
Sam.
I cut him down, and that's that. Back to a regularly scheduled international incident. But if he beeps me, if I die here, the lock on my blade will disable after a couple hours. What happens after that is up to you, Wolfie.
Ha! Even dead, that guy's a pain in my ass. So... you think that little sword can save your master? Well, go ahead then. But make no mistake, Fido. When I'm finished with him, you're next.
I was not designed to fear termination.
Huh?
However, Directive 01 is to ensure all data acquired is preserved and passed along. To expire here would violate that directive.
That's a good boy.
However, Raiden came to my aid. I have learned from him. When Samuel fell, data analysis was inconclusive. But that has changed. I have established new parameters now. Created my own directives.
You little fuck.
Basically, Wolf, what happened right now is Wolf took his prime directive as to collect amount of data and survive, as developing a will to live on. I think it's kind of neat.
Damn much. Armstrong!
I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my sword.
Come on.
Okay,
Look what time it is.
let's dance.
It's time for a final boss. Now keep in mind for this boss fight, it's pretty damn difficult. You're going to be wanting to utilize, I guess in my case, the blue wig, as I'm using Revengence mode, and the alert dodge mechanic. Because that will definitely save your life in multiple occasions. Of course, also the game's prime blocking mechanic, the counter. Now the thing about this boss fight is, it's basically like you're fighting him on top of the Metal Gear Excelsior. Every single hit will do a lot of damage. Though, if you do a lot of damage to him, he'll get kind of pissy, jump up here, and start to throw a piece of the now ruined Metal Gear Excelsior at you. During these sections, you want to make sure to cut them. Cut as many as you can. With a slightly finicky cutting mechanic. But if you do and succeed, and smack Armstrong straight in his face, you toss him into some debris, take a big chunk of damage out of him, and the once now empty battlefield is currently littered with health packs. Something very helpful for this boss fight. And of course some badass music playing in the background. You can always go bad with that. There's actually, this song actually, It Has to Be This Way is like one of my favorite songs in the whole game. If only just for the build-up into this boss fight. And once the lyrics kick in, you're just ready to fight, really. It's just, all the music in this game is just perfect fighting music. Also, I might want to add, oh dear lord. Whenever Armstrong's going all green like that, what if you hit him in the front, he will counter and smack you. But, if you sneak around back and cut his little glowy spot, you stop him from healing, because you know the bastard likes to heal, and do a significant amount of damage to him after you just combo him straight in the face. I do want to add the fact that since Muramasa is your only weapon, you know, officially now your only weapon, you don't have access to any side weapons like the pincer blades, the sais, or the polearm. So, basically this boss fight is a test of all your base knowledge that you learned. While the Muramasa is slightly stronger than with your original sword, this whole boss fight just basically is testing your blocking, your combos, your dodging, just how well you anticipate the enemy attacks. Of course, though, for me, this took a bit of trial and effort, and is the actual reason why I'm doing the last three parts. No, this part, the last part, and the second last part in post commentary, because this boss fight is pretty damn hard. And I would prefer not to have me going every 2 seconds, and just thought, I don't know, do some, constructive commentary. Though this boss fight is probably my second favorite boss fight, honestly. Even though it's pretty damn hard, it's a nice challenge. Of course, with Sam's fight being my favorite. This boss fight is, I don't know. I like for this game, for some reason, I like the normal boss fights, really. Just you against a person without any gimmicks. Well, technically, this boss fight isn't exactly, I guess you could say, normal, like man versus man. It's still, a fun boss fight, and all the epicness that kind of built up to this point. I mean, we're surrounded in a crater comprised of like the ruined Metal Gear Excelsior. This guy is basically a living tank, and I always like to imagine him as the Super Senator, because that's what he is. And just everything building up to this point makes this boss fight so satisfying to play. And this is it, though. The final cuts. So close. We're almost there. Oh, one more. And Armstrong is down for the count. Time for a dirt nap. This is it, boys and girls. The final front. Oh no, my sword! Sir, I need that to kill you with! Ah, that's cute. Kick your fist out of my face. Second time's a charm? Nope, it's not. It's time to let her rip. Oh. That's sliding. Just walk it off, man. Just walk it off. Looks like he's getting a bit tired there. You think you could handle me, bro? No one can handle Jack the Ripper. Time for one final cut. And we're done here.
Well done, Jack.
Your dream dies with you.
Maybe not. You've guaranteed the status quo will go on. For a while longer, at least. War will continue as an institution. As industry. Men will fight for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in. But at least I'll leave a worthy successor. You, Jack. You carve your own path. Use whatever methods you see fit. You don't let legal bullshit get in the way. And if it costs a few lives, so be it.
That's his heart, really? Well, it was.
Deep inside, we're kindred spirits. You and I.
And that's it, boys and girls. That is the end of the actual gameplay parts of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Combat result is a lovely B. And after you beat the chapter... Oh, of course, duh. You just told me B, because that whole chapter was basically a boss fight. Assassination attempt. I'd say that goat went off quite well.
Official pet right for your family? But first, our top story. President Hamilton returns from Pakistan today, completing his first visit to the country since the failed assassination attempt in Shahbazbad last May. In meetings with Pakistani President Farooq Salam, the two leaders agreed to a new joint initiative in the War on Terror, whereby U.S. Marines will be stationed in Pakistan and given wider authority to conduct operations within the country. This is amidst growing tensions within Pakistan between the country's civil and military leadership, with many in the government calling on the ISI military intelligence agency to be investigated.
Unbelievable. After all that.
For the last time, let it go, Courtney. At least Armstrong will never be president.
But, I mean, Raiden.
It's not known whether that number would include private military contractors, which the Hamilton administration has made clear will play a significant role.
There he is.
I have excellent news. We are approved. The new corporation is established.
Nice work, Doc. I guess the world's first cyborg staffing firm is officially open for business.
We are certified for construction and long-term nursing care, but this is just the beginning. The potential for new roles cyborgs can play is limitless.
And we're sure this isn't child labor?
The older children can work now, the rest when they come of age. And it's strictly voluntary, you know.
We're not running a charity here, huh? Donations alone would not even cover their maintenance. Besides, this way they'll learn a trade. Perhaps some discipline, huh?
It's not a perfect solution. But you know what? At least these kids will get a decent education.
Well, I'm not about to return them to the streets or to broken homes. At least we can give them a chance, huh? Oh. Oops.
The whole game.
An imperfect
Knew at the
solution
very last
in an
second.
imperfect world.
Well, another benefit. A peaceful application for all my research.
Since when do you care?
Well, recent events have been food for thought, shall we say?
No kidding.
Speaking of recent events, how's our new recruit working out?
Ah, yes, quite well. Quite well.
Oi, Sonny! Where you have this then?
Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. You make me head spin, you know? You're same age as me, but all this spaceship? You're genius, girl. And you're hot for days.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Months of organization gone down the tube.
Alert. Rescinding.
And now Wolf is dead!
This about a crazy world, nah? For me see that ninja, me never think I've been this kind of life.
Yeah.
Huh?
He rescued me too, you know. Saved my life. I owe him everything. To some people, he'll always be Jack the Ripper. I know all about his past. He had it rough. And he hurt a lot of people. But that's not the Raiden I know. The Raiden I know is a hero.
And that's it. That was the end of Metal Gear Rising: Revengence. That was it. That was the end of Metal Gear Rising: Revengence. So, basically, to sum up my thoughts, it's just a fun game, really. I got it on Steam when it was, like, on sale. I got, like, the entire collection, which gave me all the DLC, all the extra stuff, and, like, the missions and such. This is a fun game. Like, every aspect, oh, you know, story-wise, not exactly that interested in the story, really, because I'm not that into the Metal Gear Rising, no, not Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid universe that much, but from what I've seen about the base story, it's a pretty neat story. But the gameplay is where it definitely shines. Just everything about it's just fun and frantic, which I always love, fun and frantic stuff. And since I've, you know, learned how to play in Revengence mode, I can't play it any other way. I always run it by with my, mariachi suit, with a Muramasa blade, and now my pincer blades, or the size. I can't play it any other way. And every single time I play it, every single boss fight, it's always an enjoyable experience. Of course, you know, since on Revengence, I will die quite a bit, which I did during this playthrough, but I can't really say anything any other way. It's a fun game, really. And if you can attempt to get on the PC, if your PC is good enough, or on the Xbox or on the PS3, I suggest you get it, really. If it's, well, of course, if it's cheap. It's probably cheap now. This came out like a good while ago. But see if you can get it on Steam, as they sell it now as like a complete collection. So, basically after like the credits, you can head over, like I'm going to be doing for the rest of this playthrough, head over and play as Blade Wolf or Jetstream Sam, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing after this section of the playthrough is over. So, like I said before, this game is fun. Pick it up if you can on Steam. During this recording, the summer sale is on, so maybe it might be on sale. So you could pick it up then and give it a go. Of course, remember to do the Konami code in the very beginning if you want to play Revengence mode, which is up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. So, without me being completely repetitive, I'm just gonna sign off right now, as otherwise I'm gonna be talking about how fun the game is. Because, you know, every aspect of it, the slight stealth, the little in-jokes here and there, the basic combat with all the combos, the countering mechanic I kind of like slightly more than a regular block, as it takes a bit more skill, and I don't know, it's more interactive in a sense, because if you have blocking, you have like a certain amount of blocks. But with countering, if you're skilled at it enough, you can counter, but sometimes you can like you can counter, but then you can like attack counter, which does a lot of damage. All the boss fights are enjoyable in their own right. Of course, my favorite being Jetstream Sam. All the weapons are cool. Muramasa Blade. All the costumes are nice. All the in-jokes. It's everything about it. It's a fun game, really. So if I was to rank this game, I'd probably give it like a B. It's not the perfect game, But it's still a pretty fun game. A game I would honestly keep going back over and over again to play, with probably not getting bored. It also add all the music. Beautiful. It matches the game perfectly. Every time a song comes on, it always just pumps you up for the battle, or the scenario, or the boss of it, or whatever. Quite a few of these songs are actually on my phone, so I can listen to them whenever I want. So yeah. Yes. I think that's basically all I have to say about the game. It's a fun game. Pick it up if you can on Steam during a summer sale, if it goes on sale. And that's about it. So, I'll see you guys next time when we head into the DLC of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, starting with everyone's favorite, Blade Wolf. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
And how's business?
Oh, good, good. Herr Doctor's research and staffing service certainly help.
I hear World Marshal's looking for a buyer.
Well, you cost them a lot of money, huh? Not to mention killing their funding. Literally. The breathtaking program is finished, but the larger company is not, I'm afraid. Someone will buy them. PMCs are in demand once again.
Yeah. Fighting for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
Beg pardon?
No. Nothing.
So, your mind is made? You will not come back.
Sorry, Boris.
I understand. But then, what will you do?
I've got my own war to fight.